Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. I am Christine. This is another week of thrift flips. One is more on the Christmas side, but other two can be year-round, and really the one that Christmassy, I think it can be year-round too. Thank you so much for watching. Watch all the way to the end so you can see projects 2 and 3 are filmed, styled together at the very end. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. Okay, so this sign is cute, but let's make this over. And I'm not really going to do anything to the back. Some of that little backing peeled off when I removed the stickers, but I'm not going to concern myself with that because the hanger and all is still up there. And actually, I think I did remove the hanger because it is chunky. It can stand alone. You can leave the hanger for a wall hanging if you want, but it is chunky enough to stand alone somewhere. So I have chosen my Waverly Chalk Paint in Moss. I love this color. I'm slightly obsessed. You guys watch my channel. You've seen this color a lot. Hate when the little hairs off the brush get into your paint, but that's okay. That happens. So I'm going to paint all the way around the frame with the moss. And then I am going to take my Dixie Belle Chalk Paint in Buttercream and paint that inside that says all you need is love. So the frame only took one coat. I didn't mind some of this brown showing through, but it did take 2 full coats of the buttercream for the inside just to cover all that lettering. And it is textured, but I am going to use some of my beautiful rice paper, decoupage paper. And you guys, if you follow me, you've seen me use this before in a shorts video. It was just a larger version that I used on a cutting board, but it is of sheep for Christmas. And I guess really, I mean, it just looks Christmassy, I guess, with the berries and I guess it's holly, but really you could use it year round. It's so pretty. So I didn't do a small brush to really stay inside that inside portion. I like the look of this kind of messy around the frame, so I didn't mind that, and I actually went back and added some more. So we're going to decoupage one of these sheep on here. Look how pretty he is. So I cut it, and then I'm going to use a small paintbrush with some water. Just go around the edges. You don't want this to tear straight, so you want to wet it so your edges are jagged, because you just want that to look like it's paper that's worn off. You don't want it to look brand new. No straight lines have to be made in our craft projects unless you're building something. Anyhow, so you just wet it all around and then just take and pull the paper apart. If it goes over that line there that you see that kind of frames it out, no big deal, because again, you want it to look vintaged, like it's been around for a while. Now, I did not antique wax my project. You certainly can. So I'm taking my Mod Podge. I'm going to lay down a good coat, and then I'm going to take my paper and lay it down and decoupage on top. Now, this is rice paper, so you don't want to go a whole lot back and forth, back and forth. You want to be easy with your strokes when you're decoupaging on top, because it is rice paper. It will start to peel up and break away. So just be easy with it. I'm doing light strokes here. I do want to get it to lay down. Another trick you could do to get it to lay down good is to use some cellophane saran wrap to help. But y'all, look at this. This is gorgeous. And like I say, I guess Christmassy because it looks like a wreath, but it's beautiful if you wanted to leave it year round. You guys let me know what you think of this one, and please stay tuned for projects 2 and 3. Okay, for number 2, I found this beautiful cross, and it is pretty as is, but I did want to take the smaller, it's actually 2 smaller crosses. I did want to take those out. It had some staples, so I had to, I'm using my little screwdriver to get this up. And then I'm going to use some needle nose pliers. I ended up using some other stuff to pull those staples out. When I got it out, I did not fill in the holes. I did not sand it because I'm going to put some transfers kind of on top of that. But I am using my, what am I using? Oh, my chalk paint from Folk Art in Sage. I love this green too. Not as obsessed as the moss from Waverly, but I love this green too. So I'm just going to do 1 coat all over, and then I'm going to take my sanding block, and I want to pull those raised edges out some. So I'm just going to take my little, not my sanding block, it's my little finger sander. I love that thing, y'all. And so I'm just going to take and get my raised edges off. So if you wanted a more polished look, of course, feel free to fill in those little holes. There were some staples still that kind of were in there, so I'm not concerned about that. So I'm just going to pull some of that original color up by sanding, and it did blend in real well with this color, so that's why I didn't mind doing that. Now, you could always put antiquing wax on top and pull you some edges like that to make it look old and distressed, but I didn't mind that color underneath, so that's why I'm just using this sanding paper. Your transfers, y'all, you're always gonna have like some leftovers, little things. Don't ever throw those away. You never know what you're gonna use them for. So I'm just gonna cut up a bunch of my little flowers and place those. Now in that centerpiece, the flower I chose was a little large. You're gonna see me take my scissors to cut the edges some to help lay that transfer down. That's going to assist with taking your little stick that they provide you. And if you don't have one, you can use a crafting stick. That's basically what it looks like. So you're just going to need to be able to lay that down good. So I just say cut some small slits in there. Take your time moving these transfers off. These transfers I did get from Amazon. But they work really well. I would have to say I've been ordering some redesigned by Prima lately, and these from Amazon do not work that well as the redesigns, but they're still beautiful. And see, you can see me making little slits here, and that's just to help me be able to lay it down to get my craft stick in there. So like always, I'm not going to show you doing all my transfers on here. Like always, use your stick, get it down, pull it up easy, and then take your little paper to burnish the top of it. I did clear coat my project. I always clear coat whenever I do transfers just to keep that on there. And then this project will be done here just shortly. Stay tuned, you guys. Watch all the way to the end now. Come on. I saved the best one for last, so you don't want to miss it. Okay, so last project. Now this face is pretty as is, but I'm redoing it to put in my antique booth. So it's got one little chip on it, you see. It's got kind of one little chip on it and had one little line it wanted to start to crack, but it's going to be fine because it's not cracked all the way through. I am just using my Folk Art in Cottage White, and I did do 2 coats of that. And then I'm trying this Dixie Belle Crackle. Now this is my first time using this. Now years ago Crackle was a thing, but I did it in a smaller portion. So this is my first time using it on a large project. And so what they say to do is once you get your undercoats done, and I'm kind of doing a reverse thing. Most people would do the dark color and then the light color on top. I'm doing reverse, but you'll see how beautiful it is. Just stay tuned all the way to the end. So you put your coat on, but you want to not back brush. when you do your top coat, okay? So I just put this on. It's the consistency of, how will I describe this? Kind of looks like snot to me. Sorry, I don't want to give anybody any gross ideas, but that's just kind of what it looks like to me. Anyhow, so I just put it all the way around. Now, let it dry fully, and it will dry glossy. But you got to let it dry fully before you put your top coat on. When you put your top coat on, you're only going to put one coat and not back brush. Now, that was the hardest thing for me, and you'll watch me and you'll see that I did back brush a little bit. It did not mess up, but it says that it could potentially, it interferes with the crackle process. So if you're going one direction, just keep going that direction. Don't go back and forth like you normally paint or like you see me here putting it on. So once you get the top coat on, let it dry for 24 hours. Now that's what the instructions call. So I just let it sit overnight, let it do its thing. When we come back to it in a minute, you will see it's absolutely gorgeous. I love that I did the reverse. I'm glad I did not do the dark color on bottom and the light color on top, which is the norm. I am so glad that I let this pretty cottage white show through. So hang in here just a few more minutes, you guys, because this is pretty. You do not want to miss this one. Alright, you guys, look at all that yumminess. Is that not beautiful on its own? We're not leaving it on its own. We're going to add. So, these are some of my redesigned by Prima transfers. These are the Owl collection. These are gorgeous. So, I decided on the little white one there with the gray. And more of the reason why is because the little branch that he's sitting on kind of had that greenish color in him. So, that's what I wanted to do. And that top coat there is, again, the Sage by Folk Art. It looks really blue on camera, but it is Sage by Folk Art. So I'm just, again, I'm not going through the transfer process. We can go through that another time, and I've been through that, but we're just going to transfer him on. And then I'm going to use some of those. I guess it's supposed to be like carrier postage stamps. So I'm going to add on some of those as well. Before I transferred, I did clear coat this vase completely. I did not want it pulling up my paints in any way, so I did clear coat it. I'm going to put the transfers down, and then I'm just going to clear coat over where the transfer is at. And this project is done. Y'all give me some comments, give me some likes, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Let me know which one was your favorite. For me, it's this last one here because he's so pretty. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Never forget that.